and his delegation.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Welcome the national chairman of our great party, Senator Dr. Very much, please be seated. We'll hand over this program into the hands
one grievance or the other. And so, I'm a full committed member of the People's Democratic Party. When it was looking that PDP would go down, I was one of those who stood firm to make sure PDP did not go down. In essence, whether I get the ticket or not, I have no other place to run to other than the People's Democratic Party, because it is not, if I don't get the ticket, then I'll move to another party. No, that is not supposed to be. You fight in the house, you settle yourself. So, Mr. Chairman, I just want to say this so that everybody will know where we are coming from. Mr. Chairman, today is 19th of April 2022. I have come here to formally, yes, even though you may have seen my forms, but to formally present myself to you. And since I also know that members of the National Working Committee are also delegates, I have to present myself to you and also owe you, because you're entitled to vote. I am owing you to vote for me because I have the capacity to make PDP win election 2023. To show you how serious I am, I didn't come here to negotiate for vice president. Please, I came here to win this election, and I will win these primaries 28-29. I did not buy Senate form or tell somebody to buy form to hold it for me. No. There's only one form I bought. That is for the presidency of Nigeria. So I'm not going to say if I lose, I have Senate. No, the only thing I have is this presidency. I'm not going to run for any other election. Because I know PDP requires people like us to face APC. Everybody in this country knows me. My views on national issues, it is not to be conjectured. Nobody can say, oh, I don't know whether Wike will do this or whether Wike will not do that. Everybody should know me very well that when I see issues, I say this is my view, and of course, I'm not going to run away from it. The other day, the presidency said, because I did not attend the Council of State meeting, why am I criticizing for the pardoning of some people? I just say, I don't need to be in the Council of State if he did not give me the agenda of the meeting. But even if I was in the meeting and I said, this is not supposed to be, it will not stop them from taking the same decision. The point is, you told this country that you are fighting corruption, whether it is real or not. But now we have come to know that it is not real. You said one of the things you must do for Nigeria is to fight corruption. Fine. People were charged to court, from the FCT High Court down to the Court of Appeal to Supreme Court. This is also the same government that I criticized the judiciary of not supporting them to fight corruption. Now, people were jailed, whether they committed offense or not. But so the court has said they committed. We spent money on the investigation, government money. And then what happened? Because we are going for election period, you now went and released them. What signal is that? Your fighting corruption is fake. Your fighting corruption is not real. And I told them that they should disband EFCC and ICPC. There's no need. Because if they can take all the energy to prosecute, at the end of the day, the same government that says they are fighting corruption. So for me, these are things we should not allow. We cannot continue to allow deceit. The present APC government has deceived us a lot. Now, of all the aspirants, nobody should talk about sentiment. Nobody should talk about, oh, look at how his face is. You don't need my face. All you need is to win an election. You don't need my face. You don't need to know how scruffy my voice is. What is important? Can Wike win this election for the People's Democratic Party? The answer is yes. You don't have to look at what the elites are saying. Put your ear down. Whom are they talking about? The grassroots, who are they talking about? Why are they talking about Wike? Because in this country, everybody has seen what I've done in Rivers State. You must show where is your result. This is the period you went to school. And at the end of the semester, your parents will ask you, show me your results. Mr. Chairman, you have come to commission project and to flag up project. So I have shown you my result. You are the chairman of the party. So many of our party leaders from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, cannot deny that I have not invited party leaders to come and flag off and commission projects. One basic thing that we must know, that this is the only opportunity PDP has. This is the only opportunity that PDP has. If we lose this election in 2023, the only way God will forbid is give the man who has the capacity to win an election. Because I've sat down and I've looked at myself and I've checked the records. What does PDP want? As somebody who wants to be a leader, he must be courageous. He must be fearless. He must have the capacity. I'm very courageous. I'm very fearless. And I have the capacity. You remember, certain issues I've taken up against the federal government. I'm not a supporter of PDP that will deny or begin to pretend. And one of those who believe that you are going to court to take a mandate back is right. I did not hide. I didn't want to say, oh, let my colleague don't know. I'm a member of PDP. So if the party decides to do something, I'm part and parcel of that decision. Whether you're my friend, you're not my friend, as far as it concerns party, I believe in the supremacy of the party. And if you allow me to fly the flag of PDP, which I know, by the grace of God, and I become the party candidate, and I become president, one of the things I've seen is absent disconnect between the party and government. As a president, you must from time to time to talk with the party leadership. Party leadership is not only National Working Committee. There are layers of leadership. You talk with the National Working Committee, you talk with the Board of Trustees, you talk with the caucus of the party. From time to time, say, listen, this is what government intends to do. What are your own views? That is the way there should be a synergy between the party and the government. It's not where a government will roll out programs without the party being involved. The party will not be in a position to defend that program because they are not aware of such a program. The government wants to go to the National Assembly. The government must sit down with the party leadership, see what we intend to do. What are your views? Before they go to the National Assembly. I've seen that That had never been the case. But in those days, in MP in 1979, that was then when party was strong. The government at that time cannot do anything without the leadership of the party. I have tried it in my state, and it has worked. Most of you who come to River State will always see me with my leaders trying to find out what we are going to do, what we are not going to do. It is not easy, but it's a task that every person in government must carry the party along. And that is what I think. If I'm given the opportunity, that I will always liaise with the party, find out the views of the party, and then with that synergy, you see how the government will move forward. Because when the party begins to talk differently, and government says something differently, then something is wrong. And that's what I think any incumbent, any corporate president should have at the back of his mind. Secondly, why would we continue to allow APC, who have promised Nigerians heaven and earth? Today, from 2015, we are hearing Boko Haram only in Borno and Yobe. Today, terrorists and bandits have taken over the entire country. It's no longer Yobe and Borno, it is now 36 states and FCT. So Nigerians are really tired. But again, Nigerians are waiting. Whom are you going to present? What is the track record of that person? What is the track record? Where you were? What did you do? As at the time you were there, what happened? What happened? So that is what is important. Not those you give tickets, tomorrow they fail, they will see them in the party again. Or you don't give them tickets, they begin to work with the ruling party. No, that is not the way it's supposed to be. So I believe I'm a true party person. And a true party person should be encouraged to lead the party. It's very, very important. And I want to say clearly too, I know the modus operandi of APC. I can withstand APC, I can withstand the federal government. Just give me the ticket. So, and I want to say it here, poverty does not know north. Poverty does not know south. Insecurity does not know Muslim. Insecurity does not know Christian. It is something that a leader must be firm and take that decision. If you remember, sometimes ago, River State was where people should not go to. People were already relocated their companies to Lagos. It was that bad. Well, as somebody who's at the helm of affairs, I called the security agency. Listen, what is the problem? What can we do? I'm not a security man. I'm not an expert. But you are, you're a professional. What is the problem? And they told me, if you can get all these A, B, C, D, E, I can assure you security will improve. I said, look, it's not only giving you, I must see what you bought, where did you get it from? I don't want the one of tomorrow, so, oh, that one, there's a technical fault, I don't want that. We saw them, and I gave them timeline. From social time to social time, if you don't see improvement, obviously, you are not encouraging me to do. And I said, okay, for every person that will survive in fighting crime, and he or she loses his life or her life, the government will give the family such an amount of money. It's not as if that money can buy a human being, but it's to encourage them. It's an incentive. Encourage them so that we will know they're not fighting in vain. If they die today, who takes care of our family? It is on record. If you read very well, there's never been a time that security agencies died in course of fighting crime that I did not take care of the family. That is what it's supposed to be. So, you must have a leader who will see you, say this is black, and not to say it's white. If I say this is black, it's black. Even if all of you team up together, I will not be afraid. All the National Organ Committee here, even if you hold meeting now, that I will not go, I will go. I will win. I will win. So it's not, so, but when you team up, it makes me stronger. It makes me stronger. I'm not saying you're going to, but in case you want to. But in case you want to, it will not be very easy like that. I've been going from one state to the other. When we did our convention in 2018, about 10 people contested. There was no consensus. Why in 2019, why wouldn't you talk about consensus? The primary was quite open. You know, I supported Aminu Tambuwal. I have no regret. I didn't support Atiku. But when Tambuwal lost, I carried the campaign of Atiku on my head. And that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. I don't believe in these people going around the consensus. I told them, what you are coming to tell me is shine, bobo. The more you look, the less you see. I said, I'm not going to buy that one. You know what you are doing. It will not work. It will not work. So I'm not a party to it. I believe in consensus, yes, based on the equity, justice, and fairness. But not consensus by people who have conspired to think that they can bring me in. Nobody can bring me in there. So I want us to note that this election is a determinant for us. It's a determinant. And history based on you now. Look at the convention within 2018. It was acknowledged by the international community. Look at the convention we did that brought you in. It was acknowledged by everybody. I want to please advise not to make any mistake of where people will see that the whole thing is being tried to do it for one person or the second person. Then what we are doing is to destroy the party. Because an opposition party, we cannot afford where people will say this election is not credible, this election is not transparent. And therefore I plead again, we must not make a mistake of putting people in the convention committee, whatever, who are obviously supportive of me, or A, or B, or C. If we do that, then some of us will take challenge of it. So it is good. I let you know that we should do something that everybody will be happy. All the aspirants will be happy. People are voting, people are seeing what is going on. But if we do anything, it will be a shame. After we have done the one of 2018, we have done the convention that brought you in, then you should do a better convention while you are not seated as members of the National Working Committee. I will also advise, in this period we are in, this is a litigation period. There is no election time where you don't see litigation. That's not. Let nobody even tell you to pray that it will not come. It will come. There are things you don't pray because it will always I want to advise you so that we don't run into problems again. We should try as much as we can. If we cannot vacate such orders, we should try as much as we can to see how we reconcile people. But don't say, no, nothing will happen. No. As opposition party, no impunity when it comes to obeying the rule of law, respecting the rule of law. No matter how bad, you can still call people to see how they can resolve such issues. No issue that cannot be resolved. If you are open, if you are firm, everybody will like that. So, Mr. Chairman, this I'm saying is for the delegates. When we finish, we will now tell Nigerians, because not every Nigerian that will vote here is a 3,000 something delegates. And so the language for delegates is different from the language of general election. This is the language for delegates of our party. But once we win by 29, then Nigerians will see what we want to tell Nigeria. But whatever it is, all we should do, whether he's blind, whether he's deaf, whether he's dumb, who can win this election for PDP? That is what is key. Not when somebody wants to run. Then on the presidential election, you will lose your state. No. It's not. You must assure that you win your own state before we will give you. But you know, there's one state that you say you close your eye that will win the River State. It is not of today, since 1999. The records are there. We have given PDP the highest vote since 1999. In the one of the South last election, it was my state that APC never got 25%. And they will not also get 25%. So let us work together. Don't say I criticize you. I will criticize you. That way nobody can buy it. If you don't do the right thing, I will criticize. So, I don't want to keep you long waiting, but to tell you that you must see people who are willing to run this election. You must see people who have been moving to. I don't send anybody to go and talk to me anywhere. I want the people to see me face to face. I don't want anybody to go and say what I didn't say. So nobody, I couldn't assign people to go and talk to you, no. I couldn't assign anybody to go and talk to Benue people, no. Or Imo State. No. I go personally. After most of them have been praying, they will see Wike. Because the household name now is Wike. You, all of you know, the household name is Wike. So you too don't make mistake to lose that Wike. But if you make mistake and lose Wike, then we have lost the election. It is not our prayer that we should lose the election. So I thought I should take this opportunity and let you know that I'm prepared. I am prepared, fully prepared. Psychologically, mentally, anything you say, I'm very much prepared. So let's not be wasting time. Go and talk to your people. Tell them there's no more wasting time. You have seen the right person, and the right person is Wike. Go and call them. Call them to your offices one by one. Tell them, look, my brothers, we know you want to run. We know. But look, from what we have seen, from the opinion polls, leave it. Let's go with Wike. Leave it. You know, so it is important. You do the campaign for us, for me. That's how I did campaign for you too. I campaign for all of you. When I was fighting the former national country Togo, some of you were supporting them. Now I see how you are here. All of you are here. One good turn deserves another. This is the architect of that work. It's me. It's me. So you people should also pay back. Because you didn't go to campaign. No? Now me, I'm coming to campaign. So pay back. Pay back. So I sincerely want to say that we don't have much time again, but please do us the favor to conduct free and fair election. That will be an advantage for us to win in 2023. I don't want to take my, most of you are wearing white. I don't know why I wore white today. Let you know that we have agreed to do something. White has been my own. All of you who wore white today, you know what you are looking for. Yeah? So if you want to be like me, give me the support. Don't just wear white. Those who wear white are those who are supporting me. So give me the vote. So I want to sincerely thank you for this opportunity. You know, we don't have time. We are rushing from one place to the other. I sincerely thank you for this opportunity. And once more say, look, the time is there for us to work together. The time has come for people to know that PDP is serious. And let us move forward. Thank you, and God bless you.
PDP! PDP! Power to the people!
Our strong party leader and governor of Rivers State and the presidential aspirants in the forthcoming elections, Governor Nelson Wike, is one of the maladies in this country which PDP is out to rescue. You can't run a country without power. And I think PDP will do better than what the current administration is doing. We are in a rather sad situation that even if you provide for generator or other power services, the power surge that comes and goes destroy all your best arrangements. I remember I was in the villa with President Obasanjo one day, and the power went off. And he was then the Minister of Power. And I said, this is an indictment on you, Mr. President. So it can happen to even the President, even the governors who are here. It can happen to anybody. So no sabotage was intended. Secondly, let me repeat what I have said over and over. Of our 17 presidential aspirants, each one will do better than President Buhari. We have 16 men and 1 woman so far. And I believe each one of them will be a star president that Nigerians will be proud of. So Nigerians should get ready to vote for the PDP, which has the best quality. Today you have listened to one of them, who is not just a presidential aspirant. He is virtually a foundation member of this party. Because as soon as we founded the party, people like Governor Wike joined at the grassroots level, served the party in various capacities. I understand from local government chairman, they are risen all the way. So it's today one of the pillars of our party, and we are proud that they have held this party together and sustained what is obviously the biggest and best political party in this country. We want to thank you for the services you render to this party, and which we hope you will continue to render to the party. Incidentally, on the one hand, you want a level playing field from the National Working Committee. On the other hand, you want the National Working Committee to canvass votes for you and vote for you. Mr. Incoming President, you have to choose one. You can't have both. But let me assure you that this National Working Committee will try to uphold the traditions of the People's Democratic Party. And that tradition since 1999 is of running very credible, transparent conventions, starting from JOS to the last one that produced this National Working Committee. I want to assure you that there will be no foul play, no manipulation. We will certainly do better than what we did in October last year. We will hold an absolutely transparent convention. At that stage, we'll try to be the INEC of the People's Democratic Party. We'll not be partisan. We'll try as much as possible to make sure that every member of the National Working Committee works for the party. But I want to also assure you that once you emerge as the candidate of the party, whoever emerges from that point on will be aggressively partisan, because we want the party to win the election. We'll do everything in our power by way of canvassing for votes from the Nigerian people to ensure that the PDP wins the next election. Because a victory by a PDP candidate is a victory for everybody. And it is in that light that I particularly like your submission when you made it clear that win or lose, you will never leave the party. You will work for the party. You've done it before, and we are very sure that you will do it again. Not only did you say that, you also spoke on issues. You outlined your agenda in the summary form. You outline those things you want to see the party to do. You never attacked any individual. And that is what we want from all our presidential aspirants, that they should stick to issues. They should not attack themselves. By attacking each other, you undermine the party, because you give the opposition the necessary ammunition to attack us when a candidate emerges. And secondly, when you attack yourselves, you undermine your candidature also, because if you emerge as the candidate of the party, you need every aspirant and every member of the party to canvass for you. In many parts of the country, you alone cannot win elections. You need every member of the party to work for the party. And I was very happy. I listened very attentively, and you demonstrated that by talking about the issues that concern the party, that worry the country, security issues, economic issues, and all that. I want every member of the party who is running for election, from the lowest level to the highest level, particularly presidential aspirants, to stick to the issues, to decampaign the opposition, to promote the party and make sure that we stick together, because only a united PDP will go into this election and win the election. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that we are going to win the next presidential election. And we can only do so by uniting our party chapters in the wards, in the local governments, and in the states. There are challenges in various states, and we expect leaders like you and others to help resolve those challenges. The NWC is trying to do its best, but we can't do it alone. We have to do it with our leaders. And once that is done, any action we take should never, we should never lose sight of the fact that our ultimate goal is not the ticket or the PDP. Our ultimate goal is to win the presidential election. And therefore, self-restraint is very, very important, even where we are provoked or agitated. I want to thank you for always supporting this party, for the effort you made to make sure that you put a strong and credible NWC, which is working coherently, to make sure, and relentlessly too, to make sure that we have a strong political party that will win, and Nigerians will be proud of our performance. If and when you win the ticket and win the presidency, I want to assure you that the party will stand firmly behind you in all policy discussions and all policy implementation, because you are right. If you don't have a strong political party, it is very easy for the president to gravitate to dictatorship. And this party was built on the foundation of democracy. And the party will continue to promote and strengthen democratic practices within the party and within the country. I want to assure you that nobody in this NWC will sabotage the effort of aspirants. After all, you build a party. Without aspirants, there will be no strong political party. You move around the country, we notice your efforts, you move from one state to the other, using your resources, your energy, and sometimes at risk to your life, building the political party. I think the party needs to thank all of you who are doing that. You are making our work easier. I will cooperate with you, we will support you, we will do everything possible to make sure that the process is not just transparent, but is seen by Nigerians and the rest of the world to be very, very transparent. I wish you the best in your campaigns on behalf of the National Working Committee. And as you go around this country, whether by road, by air, or by rail, No terrorist, kidnapper, or armed robber, or anybody should see you, because you will be fully protected by the power of God. Whether you are Muslim or Christian, we worship one God, and that God will protect you all. Thank you, and God bless you all. The National Secretary will give a vote of thanks, and from there we allow you to continue your journey to the next port of call. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mr. Chairman, for part.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.